Let's zoom ahead to 2015. Where will this cooperative be? What will you value by 2015? Is it going to be any different? What will have made us essential to your business again? While SWIFT itself has not changed its fundamental purpose, our customers' perspective on what SWIFT can and cannot do, I am certain, have changed. We have launched a significant program to get your input on the next chapter of SWIFT. We will continue to do that and expect to give you a summary of all of that by December of this year. Then the validation phase starts, and we expect SWIFT 2015 to be agreed by the board in September 2010 or earlier if we can make it. Let me share with you some of those scenarios and then after give you some feedback on what we are hearing from you, either individual customers or communities. First and foremost, we know we must protect the value we have collectively created at SWIFT since it came into life. First scenario is concentrate on the core business of SWIFT with a vengeance. Do less, cut costs to the bone, shed all non-essential activity, and concentrate on supporting our correspondent banking, clearing systems, and custody franchises. Excellent service, unbeatable prices. Short-sighted? Not sustainable in the long run? Maybe. But you never know how long the long run might be. That's scenario one. Core extended. Capitalizing on our existing position and push ahead with more aggressive shared services. There are domains where 2 years ago you would have encouraged us to stay away. The message now in many countries is maybe you should do it. Our concept of shared services makes sense because we want to concentrate on those services and processes which do not in themselves deliver a competitive advantage to the business. Things that happen in the background that must be done well, the payroll analogy that Yao used. Essential shared services delivered by SWIFT. Examples could be, for example, matching, exception management, reference data, and ways in which all of these combine in support of the processing of transactions. So scenario 3 is a very interesting one, the go local scenario, making SWIFT totally relevant in a domestic context, franchising SWIFT so the local community benefits from the portfolio and brand of SWIFT and owns a controlling stake in the venture. Creating local processing and storage capabilities where required, extending services to cover the entire need of the local community, including retail business and cards, because we know that the same networks that support low-value messages, low-value payments, also in many countries support retail business and cards. Interconnecting with local networks and ensuring interoperability, all of that is part of the go local scenario. And our fourth scenario is the more far-reaching one and links directly back to the InnoTribe discussion of earlier, the marketplace. A significant extension of core extended, whereby SWIFT not only provides some of the shared services, but it also orchestrates the delivery of other services by members and partners. You become the providers of services on the basis of common standards and open source protocols and methodology and technology. This is not about messaging anymore. This is about software as a service. This is about business processes in the cloud. This is about new business models. An example could be corporate actions, a corporate actions hub where all the relevant shared services are orchestrated with business applications to provide a full life cycle solution provided by multiple partners in support of a single process, defined and agreed upfront. Is this the SWIFT we would create if we were to start from scratch today? The questions in each of these scenarios need to be asked from different perspectives. You may look at them as a customer, as a user, looking for total cost of ownership reduction. You may look at them as a member of SWIFT looking to protect the franchise and the cooperative spirit. Or you may even look at them as a shareholder looking for a return on investment on the SWIFT asset. We need to find a way for communities or groups of institutions to be able to come to Swift with their projects. I mentioned it earlier. Invest by a few for the benefit of the community. You must be able to get return on services that later become part of the Swift portfolio. There are ways in which that happens. There are analogies in other industries where that has happened within the cooperative spirit. We also need to decide how our business and pricing models should evolve. We also need to look at competition. We also need to be mindful of our market share. We also need to do many, many things that we plan to run in parallel and bring all of that result to the board in March of next year. And then last, but extremely important, as Javor has already said, we must review our governance model once we've decided what we need to do, and take into account the chosen future and the governance models that could be applied. Governance should accelerate and help Swift move to the future. We need to be quickly and confidently involving all of you, but we need to accelerate in order to ensure that the benefits of the changing Swift can be felt by all of you right now. Of course, we will keep asking you for input and counsel. That's our commitment, our responsibility. Your responsibility is to join into the debate. Help advance critical dialogue and make sure your views are heard. That's why our time here together at Sibos is so valuable. A call to action means just that, action. So where there are many choices, we need to prioritize. Where there are options, we need to establish preferences. We need an environment and a culture that embraces and rewards innovation and collaboration. We have put all of the seeds in place within NoTribe and our approach and the cultural change. And within this framework that is focused on you, the customer, we must ensure that over time, with the right strategies, you make Swift your first choice. Thank you, and have a great Sibos.